Hey, Chef Corso, Monty Boca, and welcome. We are here in the parking lot because we are trailgating today here on the banks of Lake Washington in the Leshigh neighborhood of Seattle. Hope wherever you are, you're doing great, you're happy, you're healthy, and you're safe. We've got a beautiful spring day here in Seattle. What a great way to enjoy being outside just for a little bit of time because we've been cooped up all day. But welcome to the Mappy Hour crew, wherever you are. Welcome to the North Face crew if you're jumping on with us. We've been cooking up a storm over the last couple weeks, so please reference mappyhour.org or montyboca.com for previous videos and how-tos. You can go ahead and cook along with us. But today we're going to be trailgating, and we're making a shareable snack of popcorn and also a quick elevated dessert of caramelized banana and NILLA wafer bowl. But, I mean, let's get cooking because that's why we're here. So, got our ingredients here, and popcorn and kettle corn is one of the most amazing recipes you can take on a day hike or a longer trek because it's one of the best bangs for your buck because it is extremely light, extremely packable, but also extremely tasty and so satisfying for a snack at the end of a long day. So we have got 2 camp stoves set up here today, and one of them here we've got our camp chef. This is a chimney style burner here and stove. But if you're cooking at home, this can work with any pot. If you're cooking on the trail or cooking outside, this works for those little dinky long trail stoves and pots as well. Just make sure that you modify how much you put in the pot because this popcorn expands really quickly. As far as packing goes and quick little packing tips, like I love using old pill bottles, old juice bottles for liquids because they're threaded. Nalgene has some really great options as well for great little packing things for spices. Really nice, easy packable options. And then as far as packing up a full recipe, I love using these. I just purchased these this week. These are some of my new favorites. This is a Eagle Creek zippered pouch. They also have some great packing cubes that are really helpful. Or you could even use a reusable grocery bag to pack up a full recipe. So as far as this recipe goes, this is again gonna be fast. And for any pot that you do have out there, just make sure that it has a lid, because if you don't have a lid, this is gonna get a little bit crazy. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So first things first, let's get our burner going. Nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some oil. And a good amount of oil here. We're gonna need about 1/4 to 1/2 cup. If you have butter, that works really well too. Coconut oil, that works well. And what we're gonna do is throw in about 3 or 4 kernels into the pot, and we're gonna wait. And why we're doing this, so we're not throwing all the kernels in at one time, is we need to wait for the oil to get up to temperature, and those few kernels are going to tell us when it's time. This is going to go really fast because these camp stoves have a tendency to burn really hot, which is helpful because I'm hungry for a snack right now. Ooh. And they have popped, so I'm going to put around a couple tablespoons in here. Cover our lid, and we're gonna do a little bit of a shimmy here in the pot. And we're gonna go ahead and throw a little bit of salt. Ooh, it's already popping. Woo! Oh boy. Oh man, we're already popping. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Crazy times trailgating. And be careful, you got a lot of steam, but just move that around. Get it back on the burner a little bit. Shake it around, and you should be able to have those kernels start to pop.
That's right, guys. If you're just joining us here, we are cooking up some Trailgate popcorn on the banks of Lake Washington in Seattle.
And why I say it's really important to have a lid, because if we didn't, then all these kernels would be popping everywhere, and we don't necessarily want to give the squirrels a snack. Whoop. Just like that. So overall, we're done. You could probably cook it for a little bit longer depending on how many kernels you put in your pot. But we've got some awesome fresh popped popcorn. And I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, we've got a little kernel in there too. Go ahead, a little bit more salt. And if I was making one kind here, I would go ahead and throw my spice mixes and my ingredients right in here and give it a little shimmy. But because I am making 3 different kinds today, I'm gonna divvy up my kernels into 3 different pots. Oh, beautiful. Nice, and most of our kernels popped. Pretty amazing. So the three kinds we're gonna make today is a chili lime. So just a great chili powder addition. And a nice squeeze of fresh lime. A little bit of fresh lime or lemon goes a long way for this popcorn or any recipe, to be able to just give it some nice freshness and just give it a little toss here. Oh, beautiful. We're gonna do a curry, Indian curry lemon here. Again, a little bit of spice mix. And a nice squeeze of fresh lemon. Oh. Nice little toss. And our last one here is gonna be a honey sriracha. And if you don't have honey packets, you could easily use just a little bit of sugar packet or whatever type of sugar that you like. And then a little bit of sriracha. Oh my goodness. So a little sweet salty combination.
Letty says you have a heavy chili hand.
Heavy chili hand. I do like chili and I do like spice, but that's a really good point. If you don't like very much, just go ahead and give it a little bit of a sprinkle. And other things you can put in this are some nuts, so maybe some cashews or some mixed fruit. So you could have kind of a sweet and salty kettle corn, caramel corn kind of situation. So those work really well. You could just put them, especially some of the nuts, you could put them in right with your kernels. Make sure you move them around, and you can have a nice little toasted nut with your popcorn. But go ahead and raid the spice mix. Pantry, maybe you want to throw some Old Bay. We used that in the last recipe. Maybe Old Bay, maybe have some cumin. Maybe you want to try some 5 spice powder that's literally just sitting in the back of your cupboard. Sure, give it a whirl. But this is a great shareable, snackable option. And if you've never had curry powder on popcorn, give it a whirl, because it's going to change your life. God, so good.
They're all excited for the Old Bay.
Old Bay all day. So this recipe, this great snackable, shareable option, literally only takes a few minutes. But make sure you use the kernel thermometer trick so you don't burn your kernels, and then that way also you're able to cook most of your kernels in your pot. But it goes quick, so be careful and you can get rolling.
This is a really great recipe to use while you're just taking a quick break on the trail. If you've been hiking for hours, nothing better than a warm something to fill your belly with. And since this cooks up in 3 to 5 minutes, you'll be done in no time. And while Chef Corso is getting set up for the NILLA wafer bowl that we'll be cooking here momentarily, I'm going to give you a nice little moment of zen here on Lake Washington. We've got an amazing view of Bellevue over here. And then if you head south, the mountain is out today. All right, we're back. Trailgating with Chef Corso.
Trailgating, and a little bit more about trailgate and like what is trailgating? How do I trailgate? Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. Obviously here, we're just in a city park, cooking in the parking lot at the back of our rig. But what we tend to do on our trip, either on a day hike or on an end of a 2 or 3 day trek, is we'll pack a recipe and a camp stove in here if you're not pulling along the camp stove with you. But at the end of a long day, all you want is a snack. You want to crush a burrito, you want to get that burger, but oftentimes that burger is an hour, 2 hours away down the Forest Service trail, and you need a snack now. So pack a recipe. You can even throw a cooler in the back here so you can hold on to your stuff for multiple days, or have something that can last. But pop open that camp stove, get that recipe out. You just dumped your backpack, you just cheers the great trip. Might as well have a snack. I don't know, I like to eat when I go outside, so hopefully you guys can give that a try. So the 2 ways that we like to do it is either at the trailhead at the beginning or the end of our trip, or making some popcorn as everyone's setting up their tent. If you've got a big group, you know, everyone's kind of mulling around trying to find their best spot, you can whip up some popcorn real quick, or even some chorizo nachos. You could make a quick little dessert too. That will make everyone happy. You can be the hero of the trip. All right, dessert. So we are making caramelized banana NILLA wafer bowl, and I love this recipe because it's got a little bit of nostalgia, a lot of really great flavor, a lot of really great calories, but it's focused on things that you're probably already taking, which is bananas and trail mix. So this is a, let's see, 4 or 5 ingredient recipe. It's gonna come together in around 5 minutes. And again, packing bags, packing totes, we have these online, handmade in Seattle. If you'd like to be able to pack along some of your ingredients or some of your gear, we have those available at montyboca.com in our shop. But first step here is we're going to turn on our burner, and we're going to go ahead and throw in our sugar. And here I have some brown sugar. You can use white sugar, sugar packets. And I'm also going to thin that out with a little bit of water. We're just going to mix that up, and we're going to wait for that to bubble. So we're looking for this to get a little bit more caramelized. And while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and chop up my bananas. And for me, I don't really care that much if it gets a little bit dirty. So I think you're gonna be okay. But if you are concerned about that, you can go ahead and chop in a bowl or chop in a little cutting board situation. Nice. There we go. And so our sugar is bubbling, which I love seeing. And the great part about cooking outside, it does not have to be perfect. Oh, yeah, there it goes.
You're already getting a little dirty on the trail. Put some dirt on your banana.
Yep. I'll go ahead and take care of those. Nice. Way here. And for our NILLA wafers, you can just crush them a little bit. You can keep them whole, whatever you like. Same thing with the nuts. You can go ahead and chop them before you go, or you could chop them on the trail. Just smash them with a rock, or just put your boot on them, that type of thing. Oh man, we are caramelizing. That looks great. We're gonna go ahead and add our bananas. Oh, there goes another fella. He needs to get in the pool. Oh, that goes with me. All right. Oh, nice. We got a little slow jam to go along with our caramelized bananas. That's awesome. And what we're looking for here is those bananas to break down a little bit, but not too much. And for that sugar to continue to cook down. Careful, it's gonna be really hot. Lovely. This would be a great time for a little nip of something, a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of rum, whatever's your fancy. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our NILLA wafers. And if these have been sitting in your pack for the last few hours or the last few miles, it's perfect because most likely they're gonna get crunched anyway. Turn off our burner, mix that up, and all of our caramelized sugar is gonna get soaked into those NILLA wafers. Wow, I wish you guys could smell this. I hope you're trying this at home or gonna try this tomorrow night with your kids or your family, or maybe leave a portion for your neighbor. Nice.
It smells so good.
And last thing we'll do is add some nuts. I don't really feel like chopping them today, but I also have some pepitas. Fancy it up a little bit here, but any trail mix works great, whatever nuts you have. But that's our caramelized banana NILLA wafer bowl in less than 5 minutes with a whole bunch of really easy pantry ingredients. Give that a try. And if you had NILLA wafers as a kid, this will take you right back. Got a little bit of crunch from the nuts too, with the smushiness of the NILLA wafer. Man, I wish you could be here to enjoy this with me, because this is amazing to cook this kind of stuff in a parking lot. Man, so good. But give these recipes a try. Give trailgating a try. A little bit more about Monty Boca, as we have full meal plans, cookbooks. Looks a little bit like this guy. Pocket size, available online in our shop, so you can eat really well in the backcountry, or on your day hike, or here in the parking lot.
I think NILLA Wafer Bowl's in that book.
I think NILLA Wafer Bowl is in that. But give us a check online, montyboca.com, for a whole bunch of different packing tips on your stove, different recipes. Also check out YouTube, Chef Corso. We've got more cooking shows and segments. But also check out mappyhour.org. They have a bunch of great outdoor folks in different cities around the country, in Cleveland, New York, San Francisco, Seattle. Give them a whirl. Once we finally go back outside, they're a great resource and a great group to be involved with. Thanks to North Face as well for helping partner with this. But give these a try and stay tuned. Let's see, our next session is next Thursday. Today's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday, so
Today
this
is Tuesday,
Thursday.
Tomorrow is Wednesday, and then comes Thursday. Yeah, days are a little bit of a challenge right now. But next Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to be raiding the pantry again. And I'm going to show you how to make amazing meals with a can or a tube of tomato paste. We're gonna make 5-minute marinara and an amazing grilled cheese and tomato soup with just this. So get your shopping list online, come along and cook with us, but we'll see you next Thursday, and thanks for coming along. Boca Boca.